actually just start?
Well, first we need to do first we need to start, then we need to do the
Start
headline.
podcast. Yeah, that's a good plan.
We've got other things to do first.
Yeah. Yeah. We're waiting now.
Yeah.
For you to start.
Fucking stupid, bro.
Now I gotta wait for Ben to stop laughing. God damn
it. Sorry. Okay, I am in that. Yeah, you got me. Well, I got myself, I guess.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the RedLaughRiot podcast. My name is Matt.
And you're peaking as hell, man. Calm down.
I'm excited.
Okay.
I'm excited.
And I'm Ben.
And I'm Michael.
Michael's back, baby.
You can keep, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty much a regular at this point. I don't feel like you need to make a statement about it every time that I show up.
Well, from now on, I'm definitely going to keep doing that.
Okay.
Because you said so.
Okay.
Let's
so
just jump straight into it. Ben, have you got some headlines for
Some
us?
smoky headlines today from politics.
Oh,
My favorite.
Oh, yeah. I don't know who this person is, but McCarthy tries to rewrite history by claiming that he didn't back Trump's efforts to overturn the election. Who's McCarthy? Sure.
I can't remember who he is.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I don't know. I feel like we should.
How does no one know who this is?
guy.
Basically, all these comments are saying that this McCarthy person's a moron. So
That sounds about right. Basically, the entire Republican Party.
yeah, that's fair point. Moving on then. From technology, Facebook promised to ban anti-vaxxers, but the pages are still up and now they're selling t-shirts.
Wait, Facebook promised to ban anti-vaxxers?
Yeah.
Like anti-vaxxer people or anti-vaxxer
I assume groups.
Groups?
Would be my
At
assumption.
the very least, the
Pages?
groups, you would think. Yeah.
At the very most, maybe the groups or pages. Anything that's like advertising it, right?
Yeah.
Would be like, I guess. I guess I can kind of get that or like see that.
So
Yeah.
Though I suppose it's like the old. What's the saying where like you cut like one snake's head off and then two more grow?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you won't be able to stop them just
Cut
by
off one
banning them
head,
off
two more will
Facebook.
take its place.
Yeah.
But I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like a lot of people probably like get into this stuff from reading like stuff on like social media or like on YouTube or whatever. So I guess
Yeah, it's definitely something that has been used to sort of spread conspiracy theories, whether we're talking anti-vaxxers or talking flat earthers or talking.
yeah, it's like those conspiracy videos on
QAnon.
YouTube. Have you seen those like conspiracy videos on YouTube? And it's just like it's like an automated like bot voice. talking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Like it's just text to speech, like reading it because they don't want to use their own voice.
Is
to
that
record
what it
these
is?
videos.
Conspiracy theories and stuff? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
all
stuff
sorts
like
of things.
that. Yeah.
I'm sure.
There's some interesting discussion here about like just how useless Facebook is in general. Top comment is Facebook is trash. I've been clean since July 2020. I like the use of the term clean.
Yeah.
And the mental health difference has been huge. You don't need it. We existed as a society for years without it. I used to think, well, I get to keep in touch with people I don't see. Nonsense. If those folk are that impactful on your life, you'd be keeping in touch with them in more meaningful ways.
I mean, I feel like
that's
that's
an excellent point.
Yeah, but I feel like that's kind of a flawed, like,
I think that the problem with people who say this type of thing only look at Facebook as one thing, or they mention at least only one use case of Facebook, which is keeping up with friends, which is
Yeah.
literally the last thing that I use Facebook for. I don't care what my friends
what does that
are
mean
doing.
though? Keeping up with like, because I mean, Facebook has got Messenger, right? And like, I don't know, like just the way people say like in more meaningful ways than Facebook. It's like, okay, maybe if you have friends that you only ever keep in touch with on Facebook and then like never see, right? But like in the past, it's not like you would just hang out with your friends every single day. Like you're still hanging out with your friends and talking to them on Facebook as well, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
more of like a supplement to like friendship rather than a replacement. And I feel like if you're seeing it as a replacement to like actually hanging out with your friends, then like you're the problem.
Deep.
You know,
Deep thoughts.
it's
Yeah.
like, why do people say that? Like, oh, you know, it's just like something more meaningful than that. It's like, no, like we've changed. Society has changed, and now we're using Messenger all the time to keep up with.
I mean, I
people.
don't think they're talking about Messenger. I think they're fine with using Messenger. They're specifically talking about Facebook. Like the app, like the news feed, which like mostly is a huge waste of time. Like this, to be honest, like the main reason I still have Facebook is for events and groups, right? Like
Yeah.
organizing stuff.
I guess Instagram's kind of one in terms of like, if you want to see what people are up to,
Sure.
it seems like a much more concise way to do so is to just
Right. Yeah.
go on that, you know.
Yeah.
Well,
it's-
I think there's also an age split with it
Yeah.
as well. Like Facebook's definitely become something like our parents sort of use more, and then Insta's like our age and younger.
yeah.
Well-
I gave up with Instagram anyway. I just deactivated it because I never used it.
I like Facebook.
I don't like the business practices of Facebook,
Okay.
but I think as a platform, it's mostly fine,
Yeah.
just from a
Yeah.
user experience type thing.
No, that's fair. What else you got?
And third headline for today from World News: researchers in Thailand have successfully trained 6 sniffer Labrador retrievers as part of a 6-month pilot project to identify the coronavirus in just 2 seconds.
Yo!
With an accuracy rate of 94.8%.
Let's
What?
go.
That is legendary.
That's amazing.
That's cool.
There's some
That's
good
dope.
some good boys.
Yeah.
Those are some good boys.
Some good doggos. Yeah,
Like,
that
wait.
doesn't surprise me because can't dogs like connect, like detect like cancer or something?
Maybe. I don't
I
know.
don't know about cancer.
I mean, I would, you know, there could be one that,
Yeah.
that did that.
Well, like what are dogs currently used for? Like they're used for like sniffing out like bodies and stuff, drugs. Those ones have the best job, don't they? Just like I love my job.
I'd argue that
I love my job. Versus the ones like sniffing for dead bodies, just like
I see.
they got a rough job.
They get depressed. Like they legitimately can get depressed. Like there were
what?
This is well, I read this somewhere. I can't remember where I read
Yeah.
it, but I read that when people were searching for bodies for searching, well, rescue dogs are searching for alive people.
Yeah,
On Ground Zero at 9/11,
yeah.
they came across so many dead bodies
Yeah.
that the dogs got depressed because they didn't find any alive people
Oh.
because they felt like they weren't doing their job properly. And I don't know if this is true, but I read that they like the rescue team like put like fake, like not fake people, but like they just put themselves under a bit of rubble and got the dog to sniff them out so the dog would feel better.
Have you guys heard? Have you guys heard? I think, like, I think this is a thing, right? Like, there's a lady or someone who can smell Parkinson's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't I tell you about this?
It might have been you.
Yeah, it's in one of Lemino's videos. I think it's like one of his just general top 10 facts videos.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like they did this test where what are they? Oh, that's right. So they got, I've forgotten the details. It was like 5 people with Parkinson's and 5 people without Parkinson's.
Yes.
They got them to just hand in their shirts, and then this lady sniffed the shirts, and she said 6 of these people have Parkinson's.
Yeah.
And 5 out of those 6 were in the group of 5 with Parkinson's. One of those was in the group that didn't have Parkinson's. So they thought, so you've got a 95% accuracy or whatever. And then later on, that sixth person was diagnosed with Parkinson's.
Yeah.
So they already had it. And she could
wow.
smell it even though they obviously didn't have any symptoms.
That's
is
intense.
insane.
So,
Weird.
It's very
That's
weird.
So weird.
yeah, that's really odd. But like cool. Like it's,
Cool,
you know,
yeah.
it's like a superpower. I
Yeah,
guess
it
you got a
is.
superpower.
Literally a
that's like,
superpower.
It's kind of maybe helpful, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know what she's doing with her life now. She's got a job sniffing people,
She's doing a
or
book tour.
or a scientist like studying her in a lab, or who knows?
Don't know. No idea. Also, who knows what the hell's going to happen with the Oscars this year? But we're going to try and find out. Yes, that's right. It's time. That time again. My favorite time of the year, personally. Better than Christmas.
Better than Christmas.
Better than Christmas. 'Cause
Better than watching Home Alone? Really?
Oof, that's a big call. That's a big call. I may have to rethink this. Anyway, the point is, what we're going to do is we're going to try and predict what's going to win the Oscars. Michael has come back to defend his title because he won last year, beat me by 1 point, dethroned me because I used to be the top dog. Michael came in, boom, stole it.
The problem is this year is I'm basically going into this fight blind.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen almost any of these. I've seen a couple.
Yeah.
I believe Matt has probably seen less than me anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah, I've seen very, very few.
Yeah, so...
Well.
Yeah,
So
but we'll see how we go. Maybe
be
Ben's
interesting to
actually
see.
got the advantage this
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, on
There's
the
a
other hand,
possibility
I've
that you're
actually
gonna-
been watching like all these movies as they come out, basically.
And,
But
like-
not all of them, but a lot of them.
So where are we going to start, team?
Starting from the beginning. Is this the order in which they hand? No, it's not the order in which
This
they
is
hand.
alphabetical order.
Well, it's not alphabetical
It
order. If
starts
best
with
picture
A,
is sorted
A,
under P
A,
for picture,
A,
even though it's best
C,
picture.
C,
Yeah,
D,
yeah.
Yeah, but all of
etc.
them,
Going
all of
down.
them are best though.
F.
It's not titled like that. It doesn't say
M,
best
P.
actor. It just says actor, and then you get down, it says best
Yeah, but
picture.
the full title for everything is best actor in a leading role.
Well, that's silly.
and it ends with W. It's alphabetical.
Anyway, we're just going to do it that way, and we'll skip whatever ones we don't care about. Starting with actor in a leading role, nominees Riz Ahmed for Sound of Metal, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Anthony Hopkins for The Father, Gary Oldman for Mank, and Stephen Yeun for Minari.
What are we predicting, team?
I've seen two of these. I've seen Mank and Minari.
Yeah, I've
in
seen
which
Mank
I
and
would
Minari
I
as
don't,
well.
I don't
Seen none.
personally I don't personally say there was anything special about Gary Oldman and Mank.
He was. It seemed a little maybe like.
Just felt like Gary Oldman. Just
Yeah,
doing his
yeah. Like
thing.
maybe it was kind of easy to play the part. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's hard. Like I don't know what the actual like real life human being was like. Maybe the real life human being, they were just like, well, this would be great for Gary Oldman because he's exactly the same. We don't know.
Yeah. As for The Father, I saw the trailer for it and I thought, I just don't know if I care about watching it. But I thought the trailer looked like a live adaptation of like the first 15 minutes of Up. It's literally like this old man like yelling at people saying, "You can't take me away from my flat," which is literally like
Right.
what happens to the dude in Up. And the guys are trying to like sell his house and it's like, "You can't take this away." And I was
Yeah.
like, if that's what it was, I would go see it. But I don't expect he's going to
I
fly
don't
away
think
in a
he's
house
gonna
of
find
balloons
some
halfway through.
Yeah.
So
But he looked good in the trailer. He did look good in the trailer. In fact, if I'm judging based off just the trailers, well, I still haven't seen the trailer for Sound of Metal or Maroney's Black Bottom, but I would give it to Hopkins.
Okay. So your tip is Hopkins.
And yeah, I'm just gonna predict. I'm gonna just straight up predict that Hopkins will win.
All right. What are you picking, Michael?
I'm gonna say I think Hopkins is gonna win. Yeah, like that's my prediction right now. I would like to see Stephen Yeun or like Riz Ahmed maybe because Sound of Metal sounds like an interesting film. Like,
Yeah,
it sounds like something I'd be interested to
it's
see.
really good, yeah.
But I think this might be Hopkins.
Interesting. I disagree. I think that Chadwick Boseman's going to win it.
Oh,
I think he's going to become the third person to win it.
Yeah.
post-death.
Have you seen the movie?
Actually, that's
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, I didn't even think
Look,
about
I
that.
wouldn't be surprised if the Oscars did that, but like,
Chadwick has won the because unfortunately we're doing this quite early on in the piece and like the SAGs haven't been done so it's quite early days, but I think Chadwick will win it. He was Buller. I think
I'm changing my pick to Chadwick Boseman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
if I
Okay.
convinced you,
Yeah. I just didn't think about it, but it's like, yeah, of course.
right? Like it's
like I think it's dumb to like give him a vote just because he's dead.
Okay.
Like,
Okay, two things. He's dead.
yeah.
Do you remember Black Panther? Do you remember like just a lot of people really loved that movie?
Yeah, I agree. But this isn't Black Panther.
Yeah, but
Like,
it's
I
Chadwick
understand, like,
Boseman, and it's Hollywood too.
I agree. Hollywood
Yeah.
voters, especially actors,
Yeah.
are probably much, much more inclined to vote for Chadwick. But I think that would be, assuming that Hopkins' performance is better, I would say that would be an unfair win, even if it's
Yeah,
posthumous.
but it's going to be Chadwick.
Because you don't know that Anthony Hopkins isn't going to die before the ceremony.
Jesus Christ.
They'd have to give them a tie at least, right?
Yeah, maybe. No, Chadwick's got this.
Yeah, nah, Chadwick's got this.
Yeah.
for me.
All right. Well, I'm going to hold firm and hope that the Academy is true to themselves. Wow, actually, it should be more specific. If
That
that would be
Academy
true to
being
themselves.
themselves.
True to the art form is what I meant to say. Actor,
Have you seen the movie?
no, I haven't.
Okay,
But I mean,
neither.
you said it just looked kind of average, so I just
Yeah,
I
I don't.
I'm
not
more interested in watching Defy Bloods than that, which hasn't, I don't think, got any.
I don't even know if I've
nominations.
seen the full trailer for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, but it just doesn't seem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving
Right,
on.
what else have we got?
2, acting in a supporting role. Sacha Baron Cohen in Trial of the Chicago 7. Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami. Don't know who that is. Never heard of that movie.
No.
Paul,
I've heard. I
Paul
think I've heard
Oacy
the
for
movie.
Sound of Metal. Haven't seen. And Lakeith Stanfield for Judas and the Black Messiah.
So
Wait,
how-
what? Isn't he the lead? Hold on, I have to Google his name just to
I think if you look at the poster,
double check.
it's Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith together, isn't it? Aren't
Yeah,
they the
yeah.
two-
So he is the guy I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
I saw the movie last night, and
Thoughts?
Did you?
Yeah, I did. And
Was it good?
it's pretty good. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird because I would say like undoubtedly. Well, I would say Daniel Kaluuya and Lakeith Stanfield both have lead roles, but I'd say the lead role, if I had to pick one, is Lakeith Stanfield.
Yeah, except
So-
it's important to remember that in regards to the Oscars, this happens quite a lot where I think they're allowed to submit in whatever category that they
Yeah,
want.
they can
That's
do.
so
they
weird.
can.
Strategic.
Yeah.
Is it because I think they're less likely to win
Yeah,
in the
but well, it's
leading
because
role?
Chadwick Boseman's nominated in the Best Actor category, so they know that he's going to win. So.
Right. Well, if I was choosing between them, I'd definitely give it to Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm saying his name wrong, aren't I?
Kaluuya.
Kaluuya. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ben.
Have you seen it?
No, but I think he's going to win it.
Yeah.
So I haven't seen any of these. My actual prediction is Daniel Kaluuya.
Mm-hmm.
However, I would love to see Lakeith Stanfield get this. Not that I've seen the movie, but he's cool. He's cool, man, and he's great in Uncut Gems. He's funny.
Who's he in Uncut Gems?
He's Adam Sandler's buddy. He's like Adam Sandler's like he works in the shop with him, and he like sells the watches. And then he's like he's the guy who goes with KG, and he's like, you know, and he's like, yeah, I'll get the gym back, and then like,
I don't remember at all.
oh man,
I thought it's interesting. I thought he was in this movie. He was a little bit flaky, but also his character is a little bit flaky. So I wonder if that's intentional.
yeah,
But I don't know. I didn't feel I wasn't impressed by him as I was by Daniel.
okay,
So that's who I'd go for.
yeah. So my pick is Daniel Kaluuya.
Yeah, so we're all in agreement.
Yeah,
There we go. Actress in the leading role: Viola Davis, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom; Andra Day, United States versus Billie Holiday. Is that the Netflix one?
I don't know.
No, I'm thinking
Maybe.
something else. Vanessa Kirby, Pieces of a Woman; Frances McDormand for Nomadland; Carey Mulligan for Promising Young Woman. I've seen the last two.
Okay, I haven't seen any of these. I do want to see Pieces of a Woman though, and Nomadland. I'd like to see as well.
As I can only really pick from the ones I've seen, I would guess Frances McDormand would win.
Yeah, I'd say Frances.
I
as
feel
well.
like I've heard the most things I've heard about the movie is people talking about her,
okay,
even though that's not my favorite thing about the movie. But makes sense.
yeah, I think she's. I think
And she's
she
due for one. Has she not had one?
probably
before?
has this in the bag. I think she's got one before.
She won for the 3 billboards, didn't she?
Oh God, maybe. Yeah, I remember some sort of speech,
I feel like she won
Yeah.
for 3 billboards, which
Yeah.
was like, what, 2 years ago?
something like that.
3 years ago?
Yeah, I don't know. But I don't know. Maybe Carey Mulligan. Who knows? But I think Frances has this. I think Nomadland is like, you know, it seems
strong
like
contender.
it's
got a lot of
hype.
hype behind it for sure.
Yeah, buzz.
Buzz, that's a better term.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
the only one that I've seen is Promising Young Woman out
Yeah.
of these. Andra Day, I believe, won the Golden Globe, I want to say.
The Golden Globes really mean anything.
Yeah, but it's the only thing. It's the only thing we can go off.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
really
I know
remember.
you like to go off statistics. I like to go off
Yeah.
Just, the vibe.
I'm going with very little knowledge here.
But
Yeah.
I think I would agree with you guys. I think Frances has this.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Moving on, actresses in a supporting role. Maria Bakalova for Borat's subsequent movie film, delivery of prodigious bribe to American regime for make benefit. Oh, bribe, sorry, to American regime for make benefit once glorious nation of Kazakhstan. Glenn Close for Hillbilly Elegy. That's the Netflix one, eh?
Yeah, I've seen a bit of that.
Olivia Colman for The Father, Amanda Seyfried for Mank, and I can't pronounce this name, I'm sorry, Yu Jung Yun. Actually, that's probably reasonable, for Minari.
Yeah.
And I don't know who that is. I'm going to have to Google who that is.
Yeah, I don't know if that's the mum or the kid. I'm going to assume it's the
Isn't
mother,
it
right?
the grandma?
Oh,
Surely.
Fuck.
Because the grandma was amazing.
Yeah, the grandma's cool. Oh, I kind of hope it is.
Yeah, it is. It's the grandma.
Okay.
Unless the actress had a lot of makeup on. No, it's the grandma, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in that case.
Yeah.
In that case.
Definitely.
She's cool.
I would say, Olivia Colman would be close, but she had one a few years ago, so they probably won't give it to her again.
I don't know if I could say that, she'll definitely get it for Minari, but I would like to see that happen.
Definitely.
And
I don't know why Amanda Seyfried's, did you think that was notable?
Was she? Which one was she?
The blonde girl.
The actress lady. Is she an actress?
I can't remember.
Was it when they had the walk around Hearst Castle and they're talking to each other?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I don't really I don't remember whether it was a great performance or anything.
I didn't think it was. Then again, I didn't love the movie, so I don't know.
Okay. This one's actually kind of tough.
Yeah, this is quite a tough category to pick.
My knowledge is so little. I don't think it'll be Glenn Close because I'm pretty sure she was also nominated for a Razzie.
Yeah, she was
for the same movie.
Yeah, so I don't think it'll be her.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, could maybe Borat. Who knows? That could be kind of
interesting. Who's that actress?
I don't know.
She's the really young one.
I haven't seen the movie.
She's the young.
I
think she plays.
Story of this podcast. I haven't seen the movie.
She plays Sacha Baron Cohen's daughter in it. Borat's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm putting in my vote for Yajing Yun.
Yeah, I'm gonna tip Olivia Colman, I think.
Okay. Did you tip Frances last time? We've had all the same predictions for the last three, haven't we? Me and you.
Probably.
So I need to differ at this point.
Gotta play the strats.
Nah. Oh fuck. It's so because I get what you mean about maybe I don't know, Olivia Colman maybe because it seems they definitely like her, but you're right, she did just win. Yeah. Fuck it, Maria Bakalova.
Yo,
there we go.
I want her to win. Just because it's the most.
I don't think it'll happen.
I don't think it's going to happen, but I want it to happen.
I don't think the Oscars are that cool.
Yeah,
they will do that,
Yeah, for sure.
But we'll see.
Sorry, I just read one of the animated feature nominees. Speaking of, the animated feature film nominees are Onward, Over the Moon, A Shaun the Sheep movie, Farmageddon,
yeah,
Soul, and Wolfwalkers. I'm shocked. Either there were just no movies out this year, or Farmageddon's really good.
I think didn't Shaun the Sheep movie? Didn't the first Shaun the Sheep movie get nominated for Best Animated Feature as well?
I don't know.
Aren't they made by the same people who make Wallace and Gromit and shit?
Yeah,
you
I
would
think
assume.
so. Yeah.
I mean, those movies are pretty well regarded, right?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I just do it because it's like a kids TV show. It's just I don't expect it to be some Oscar thing.
Yeah.
Oscar winner. I think it's why bother nominating Onward when obviously Soul?
Why bother nominating any of the other movies when we all know that Soul's going to win?
Well, yeah, sure.
It's a lot. It's ridiculous. They should just
They
should just name it the best Pixar movie that came out this year. That's what they should name Best Animated Feature.
I mean, last year. Oh no, it was Pixar last year. God damn it.
Surely, wait, no. Was there a upset win one time?
There was one. Spider-Man won. In 2019.
What was it competing against though?
It was competing against
Toy Story?
No, that was last year. It was Toy Story.
Was Toy Story.
What came out in 2018?
I don't know.
For the Finding Dory.
Finding Dory.
No, that was 2017. No, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Coco? Must have been Coco.
Was
Unless no, I thought Coco won. I'm confused.
it Coco or The Incredibles 2 or something?
Incredibles 2, that was it. Yeah.
Okay.
We got there eventually, team.
Yeah. So like but yeah, Soul's winning this. There's no doubt.
Yeah, Soul's got this.
I would
I
be
haven't seen
keen
it.
to see. I'd be keen to see Wolfwalkers win. Like I haven't seen it or anything, but like, you know, it seems cool. You know, like I think it's the same director as Song of the Sea, which is a movie that I like. So
Cool beans. Best cinematography: Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, Nomadland, and Trial of the Chicago 7. This is one where like Mank is a contender, but I feel like I did talk about Mank, eh? How like Mank looks really good, like it's a really good looking film, but it feels weird because the rest of the film is stylized to like make it look real old.
Yeah.
But like it doesn't look old. It sounds old. It sounds too old.
yeah,
And it looks really good and modern. Just like picture quality wise.
Yeah.
I think it might win.
I would personally vote Nomadland, I think.
Did you read out the
if I was
nominees?
voting. Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, News of the World, don't know what that
maybe
is.
you did.
Nomadland and Trial of the Chicago 7.
All right.
Yeah, the only one that I've seen here is the Trial of the Chicago 7. Yeah, but I think Nomadland's going to win it.
What about you, Ben? What did you say?
I'm voting Nomadland.
Really?
I mean, like, yeah, one of my favorite things about Nomadland was the direction, and I think the cinematography and direction are very interlinked. So highly likely
I'm
they'll
pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm going Mank.
Yeah.
I'm sticking to my gun.
Actually,
Like I understand what you're saying with Nomadland, but I think Mank is going to win.
no, you're right. No, okay. So I would vote Nomadland. I personally would vote Nomadland. I want Nomadland. I'd rather Nomadland win. But you're right. Mank is going to win. And my vote is Mank will win. That's my prediction.
Okay, your prediction is Mank.
All right,
Okay.
I'm sticking with Nomadland.
Good. I think we do need a bit of differentiation in our answers here.
Does anyone care about costume design?
Well, we should predict it.
Emma, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, Mulan, and Pinocchio?
Pinocchio.
What?
Wait, what?
Oh.
Was there a Pinocchio movie?
Oh, did Matteo Garrone make Pinocchio this year?
I thought Guillermo del Toro was doing a Pinocchio movie.
Oh, I mean, maybe
no
they're both
idea.
doing Pinocchio.
What?
I don't know. I don't know about
I gotta Google
Pinocchio. Okay, while you're Googling, I'm going to say I think it's probably... Oh, fuck. I actually have no idea. Like, I could say Mank because it's the only one of these that I've actually watched. But...
Like I said last year, the Academy loves a corset.
You said that 2 years ago, actually.
So you think it's going to be Emma?
Emma could win it,
I think...
but
But did Little Woman win last year?
yeah,
It did? Oh, damn.
Well, Emma kind of came out at a weird time.
You're right,
It came out
it's-
a long
yeah.
time ago. I don't feel like it's got any necessary hype
I
in order
agree.
to like
True.
sustain.
Yeah.
perhaps.
But so did Mulan, I guess.
Maybe I'll tip Mank.
There's no way they're going to give... Surely.
Surely not Mulan. you
Mulan
reckon?
does not deserve any recognition. Come on.
Does it actually suck?
From what I've heard. I haven't seen
Okay.
it, but...
I mean, I think like yeah, probably right, but like
but you
I
can
don't know.
like you
I
can.
thought the trailer like looked good. Like
Really?
it looked like it. Well, it looked
Really?
well. Like it looked. Well, no, the visual style looked okay. You know,
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, there is a movie called Pinocchio. It says it's a 2019 film, but I guess half of these are actually directed by what'd you say, Matteo Garrone?
Is that right?
Yeah,
Oh, sick! I should watch that.
I've never heard of this. This is weird. Is it Italian? It is Italian.
Do you get good reviews?
Don't know. I'm just looking at the Wikipedia. So.
Just taking a break to have a look at the Pinocchio movie.
Well, I was trying to figure out what the hell it was.
Yeah,
I was very confused for a second there.
I'm gonna go.
I'm going to give it to Mank.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Mank too.
All right, so we're all in agreement.
Mank too.
Wait, if only. It's called Citizen Kane.
What did you say you're giving it to?
Yeah, I said Mank.
Oh, okay. So 3 Manks.
3 Manks.
It's dangerous
Okay.
territory. Surely one of us just has to vote just different. Sure, you seem pretty convinced by Milan.
I don't think it's going to be Mulan. I mean, it could be Mulan, or it could be Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Who knows?
Yeah.
I don't know what has hype and what doesn't. You know, in terms of like these, like I assume Ma Rainey's Black Bottom might have a little bit of hype because it's about black people in the Oscars. you know.
I like.
We'll give you
Like-
the costume design award.
You know, there could be a bit of hype
The
there.
sympathy vote.
But yeah, no, I'll stick to Mank. I'll stick to Mank.
Yeah, all right. I'm Mankin.
I'm Mankin too.
Best directing, another round. Thomas Vinterberg,
Interesting. Yeah.
Mank, David Fincher, Minari, Lee Isaac Chung, Nomadland, Chloe Zhao, Promising Young Woman, Emerald Fennell.
I think this is probably between David Fincher and Chloe Zhao, right?
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
I think this is Chloe Zhao's to lose rather.
Yeah. Definitely.
However, I think it's also important to note that a little bit of history has been made here. First time 2 female directors have been nominated.
Have any female directors won yet?
Yes, Catherine Bigelow for The Hurt Locker.
Oh, she won Best Director.
Yeah,
Okay.
she's the only one to have won.
Okay. Well, it's gonna be. Yeah, I'm gonna predict Chloe Zhao.
Yeah,
I think it's pretty cool that they nominated Thomas Vinterberg though for a movie that seems to not really be in any of the other major categories, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. I love having foreign films on there.
Yeah.
I would you're right. I think Nomadland's going to get it, but I would vote for Promising Woman. You want yeah.
You think Emerald Fennell's going to win Best Director?
I don't
No, I think he
I
said he
don't
wants
think
it.
so, but I found, even though I said I like the directing in Nomadland, I think I liked Promising Young Woman even better in that regard. Nomadland for me, like my favorite thing about Nomadland was the editing, but a lot of, again, that's another thing that's tied in quite closely with direction. So
Right.
yeah, my official prediction is Nomadland. Still. Yeah.
Me too. Between the 2 films I've seen, I'd be like, I think David Fincher, seemed good to me. There were a couple choices which maybe I didn't like in Mank, but they were, it's probably more in the screenwriting stage. And Minari, I can't say I remember a lot of the direction in that film specifically.
Yeah, neither. Yeah.
But I mean, like, there was some. Well, I mean, it's hard for me to even say direction. What does that fucking mean? Like. I could be talking about the cinematography.
It's a combination.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's sometimes can be hard to discern. What was the cinematographer's choice and what was the director's choice.
Yeah.
It is hard to know, isn't it?
So yeah,
I don't know how they actually judge it, but
so Chloe Zhao.
I think we're all saying Chloe.
Yeah.
Chloe Zhao. All right, we're all going Chloe Zhao.
Guessing no one's seen any documentaries.
Is this the feature?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or shorts.
I do have a prediction for feature though.
Right. Yeah, we'll do doco.
Even though I haven't seen any.
We can skip the shorts, right? Because
Sure.
Yeah. Fuck.
So the nominees are Collective, Crip Camp, The Mole Agent, My Octopus Teacher, and Time. I'm just going to vote for My Octopus Teacher because it sounds amazing. Although I've heard good things about Collective, but that's the only one I've heard anything about.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with Time as my prediction.
Do you know anything about it?
Is it something race related?
How would I know?
I don't know. I don't know.
I literally have no idea.
I think that maybe. But yeah, I'm going to go with Time. Time's
Probably
my
a few
prediction.
movies called Time.
I'm tipping Crep Camp. I think
Camp.
that's.
What's your reasoning there? What do you?
That's what I've heard from pundits.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
All right.
On statistics team.
I have faith in the octopus.
So you're going with Octopus Teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. Sure.
Here we go. Best film editing: The Father, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and The Trial of the Chicago 7. My vote goes straight to Nomadland, no question. Although I haven't seen Sound of Metal. Oh, and Trial of the Chicago 7 was pretty decent as well. But my vote is Nomadland.
Your vote is Nomadland for editing.
Yep.
Bohemian Rhapsody won this category, right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Also, I would like to say last year I predicted this category correctly by saying Ford versus Ferrari was going to win.
Okay, well, for those two, you can tell that they're both kind of more mainstream kind of films, right?
You're right.
They're
Actually,
less. Yeah, so I'm going to say
Trial of the Chicago 7.
Promising
is-
Young Woman
Oh.
is going to win Best Editing.
Okay. So, but you haven't seen Trial of the Chicago 7, have you?
No.
If
I have
if
not
we're
seen
going
any
to
of these
predict
films.
based on most noticeable editing, which is what usually wins, then
okay.
actually my prediction will be Trial of the Chicago 7. Although I will be personally offended if Nomadland doesn't win.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold to Promising Young Woman.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Nomadland.
Oh wow, switching up there.
Yeah.
All right, people. What was your official prediction? Sorry, Chicago 7.
Yeah, that's my prediction.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Best international feature film, another round. Woot woot. Better Days, Collective, which I think is that documentary.
Yeah.
The Man Who Sold His Skin, and Quavadi Eda. Don't know if I said that right. That's from Bosnia and Herzegovina.
Yeah, I think another round maybe. I mean, seems to be.
I haven't seen any of the ones, but if it's also got a nod for directing,
it's got a nod for directing.
Yeah,
I think
my vote is another round.
Yeah, I would say another round as well.
Yeah. I mean, it seems to like have done decently, right? Like it seems to be people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely another round. Yeah. I will be very surprised if that's not the case.
Anyone care about makeup and hairstyling?
May as well do it.
Emma, Hillbilly Allergy, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, and Pinocchio. Pretty much the same as the costuming.
Yeah.
I'm going to vote for Pinocchio, even though I haven't seen it. I have no idea what's...
Really?
Yeah. Just going to put one out there.
Are you sure?
Just doing it.
You're just going to do that?
Yep.
This is why you lose.
Fine. Okay, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. That'll win. Definitively.
Okay.
Calling it.
Makeup and hairstyling. Yeah.
Because you know there's going to be some people with some like fancy hairdos in that movie. I haven't even seen the trailers. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about it. I'm going to go Mank, just as a stab in the dark.
That's not a bad guess. I would say it's
I think it's
safe.
Probably between those
Any
two.
period pieces are usually a good guess, and three of them are. So.
I'm going to go with Ma Rainey's Black Bottom as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm very uncertain about that pick. I'm in between. What did you go? You went Mank, eh?
I went Mank.
Okay, I'll go, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. Yeah, sweet.
Best original score. The Five Bloods, Mank, Minari, News of the World, and Soul.
So Trent Reznor and Atticus Ross have been nominated for 2 different films here.
That is interesting.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I think it's probably between those two simply because I don't know what this News of the World, like News of the World seems to be getting attention to, but just based on the fact that I know
Ironically,
more about
I haven't heard news of it.
Nice.
But I'd vote for Soul because that's, it's all about the music, apparently.
Yeah, I think especially another thing is like maybe not necessarily related to this category, right? But is there a possibility, do you think that like feel good in general is going to be a better or like a sort of a better pick when you're like predicting things for this year? Do you think feel good's going to be helpful?
Yeah, I feel like yes.
Yeah.
But then again, it also depends when the movie came out.
Does it? Like, I mean, because you know that, like, I mean, especially coming from the point of view of like Academy members, right? Who are like in the business in Hollywood. I don't know if this applies to like composers or anything, right? But like for some categories, like actors and directors, right? Like people who probably have a decent amount of money. Do you think like they really are going to be like, because in their head they're like, man, it was a tough year for everyone, and kind of projecting those feelings and like voting for the feel good movies? Do you think that's a thing?
I think it's a valid
yeah, maybe, but
idea.
I don't think there was many feel-good nominations.
Okay, well, I think Soul is going to win Best Score. Not necessarily based on that, I guess, because it's like, I don't know if that stretches to like composers, but...
We'll see. That's my vote.
I'm saying Soul as well.
All right, I'm going to say Mank.
You just like to be different, don't you?
Well, no, I just want to like differentiate my predictions.
Yeah.
A little bit.
I don't care about song. I feel like it's a best song. I feel like it's a stupid thing to. It's usually a stupid category to have, unless, because some of these nominations aren't like Fight for You from Judas and the Black Messiah. I don't remember that being part of the movie. If the song isn't literally sung by the characters in the movie, I don't think it should be allowed to be nominated. Because then, just because you write a song for a movie, this is like the whole Billie Eilish thing. Who ironically is the first person to ever win a Grammy for like best song written for a feature film, which hasn't come out yet.
Yeah.
But it's like stuff like that where you just like write a theme to go in the credits. Like, does that really
count.
Do you really think you should get an Oscar nom?
Okay, so I've seen the Eurovision movie.
Which one's that?
Wait, The Story of Fire Saga. Yeah, that's right.
Wait, what are you... Oh,
Yeah.
Husavik.
So I don't think that one's going to win.
Yeah, neither.
But simply because I've seen the film...
That's your vote?
No, that's not my vote. That's
I'm not
my
even...
prediction.
I'm abstaining because...
All right, are we all agreeing to abstain?
Well, yeah, well...
If you're abstaining, then we all have to.
Yeah. Forcing you to. Skipping over Best Picture. For Best Production Design, The Father, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, Mank, News of the World, Tenet. I'm torn on this one.
Don't tell me you're thinking that it might be Tenet.
I think it's valid, man.
Production design. It's not even nominated for Best Editing.
Because it had really bad editing.
Yeah, but you'd think like big movie, big action thing. Like, that would be a category where it might stand a chance. It's not going to win production design.
I'm not saying it's going to. I'm saying Tenet did have some really good production design.
Okay.
But I think it's going to be Mank.
Pre-attacking
I definitely think it's going to be Mank.
Yeah, I'm tipping Mank, yeah.
Yeah,
Matt's tipping Mank.
It's between that and Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, I guess. Let's see. Yeah, Mank. We'll go with Mank.
I don't think no one cares about short film.
Yeah,
animated
no.
or live action.
Absolutely not.
Hadn't we seen one of them? Or we saw one of them last year, didn't we?
Did we?
When we went to the Sundance shorts, so we saw...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Short film... Yeah, no.
Wait.
What?
Have
you
they
seen one of them?
combined the
Yeah,
sound?
they have. I was just
They've
about to
combined
say
the
that.
sound categories.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
It's
man.
not sound
It's
mixing
just
and
best
sound
sound.
editing
Yeah.
anymore. It's just best sound.
My voice has been heard.
Yeah. I was just about to comment on that.
Best sound.
Best sound.
That's great. I applaud them for having the balls to actually do that because no one cared about the individual
no one
ones.
Could be like, what?
Yeah.
So now do they just have to include the sound mixing and sound editing teams together?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay.
It's just, production design is a lot of different departments.
Yeah, no, I just wonder.
Hair and makeup is literally two very different departments. So same deal, really.
Yeah. Right.
But
So what are the nominees?
The nominees are Greyhound. I don't even know what that is. Is that the one with Tom? What's his face? Tom Hanks.
Oh, it might be.
Fuck no.
The one on Apple TV Plus.
Oh my
might
god.
be.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Also, Mank, News of the World, Soul, and Sound of Metal.
Yeah.
I feel like Sound of Metal probably.
Yeah, same.
I hope
Yeah,
Mank
I'm
doesn't
gonna
win because
go
I hated the
with-
sound of Mank. God, you
Sound
know
of
what?
Mank.
I would not be shocked at all if Mank won.
Yeah, if it just like is
Because Hollywood's like, ooh, it sounds like it's old.
It's a bit of it, like maybe a gimmick.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna say Sound of. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Sound of Metal because I mean, like, it's about. Do you not want me to say?
It's about a drummer, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I know.
Oh, okay. Well,
Literally,
yeah.
that's all I know.
There's stuff in. I think there's stuff in the story that would like require some really good. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I would hope Sound of Metal wins.
Yeah, we're all in agreement.
Well,
Yeah, I'm predicting Sound
if
of
you're
Metal.
going to predict that, then I may as well just be different and predict Mank.
You just want to be different, don't you?
I actually think people are going to vote for it because people are dumb. So that's my prediction. Mank for best sound.
No, that's great.
Here we go. Best visual effects. Love and Monsters. The Midnight Sky. God. Mulan. The One and Only Ivan. And Tenet.
I'm going to contest you and say that it's actually pronounced Ivan. I'm not sure about that, but I just want to say.
I think it's far more likely to be Ivan. If you look at the names,
My pick's on Ivan.
two of these names, Santiago and Martinez, are like Hispanic names, and if
That's the same person.
Santiago,
Colombo
there's one.
Martinez.
Okay, there's one name,
The rest of them have very white names.
including Ben Jones.
Yeah, true.
That's an inside joke, obviously. No one else understands that joke. Anyway, wow, okay, I was basing it on... Because if it was Russian, it would be Ivan. What?
He's still on this.
Ivan.
Yeah,
But if it's... I think it's Ivan if it's... Anyway. I guess it's not with...
Let us know in the comments.
Yeah. Well, we can just
What you
Google it.
think.
But
Tash, make sure to put this in best bits so that the most amount of people possible see it. I'm going with Ivan. Ben's going with Ivan. What are you going with, Matt?
I don't care.
Okay, cool. It's a 1v1.
But so visual
I
effects?
reckon if this actually works and if we actually get votes on this, we need to have some sort of wager. Or we could just Google it, to be honest, and find out ourselves. That would make more sense rather than going off the people.
Nah, the people.
Okay.
For the one
They're
person
literally,
that votes.
one person. That's the thing.
make-
One
just-
person's going to comment and they're going to be the decider.
Just make
Okay.
just make a
if you're
vote
listening
count.
right now, you are the decider. So
Okay, the loser has to do a solo piss take of any movie of
the other person's choice.
I was going to give Matt the choice actually, but you're right. The other person's choice would
the
be
other person's choice,
okay. Yeah, of the other person's choice. How do you feel about
This
that?
is such a dumb bet. Do we even know if we're going to get a definitive answer?
That's why I think we should just do the Google.
Oh,
and
wait,
find out.
wait, you're
ourselves.
saying we're literally we can't let the people decide that because they're not going to actually vote on the name. They're going to vote on who they want to do the piss take.
Yeah, so maybe we should. Yeah, well then maybe we'll just find out ourselves through the search engine.
Well, that's a big commitment to make.
We don't have to do it right now. Well, okay, fine.
Okay, within the
Fine.
next...
If you want to on air live right now, deny people this enjoyment.
All right. Okay, I'll do it if we get literally like 2 patrons. Because...
Okay, that makes sense. That's a good idea.
Because it's a big commitment.
Okay.
Make it happen, people. Make it happen.
Literally 2 patrons. Come on.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Oh, I hate that ad so much.
Okay.
All right, so what's winning visual effects?
I think...
To be honest, I don't really care because they all look like mostly garbage.
All right, I'm tipping Tenet.
Oh, yeah. Part of me wants to say Tenet. Part of me wants to say Mulan. I think Tenet is going to win.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mulan looks like garbage to me. Like the visual effects looks like even worse than the costume.
I don't know. I reckon you guys might be going a bit too.
You didn't predict Mulan. What are you talking
I've
about?
seen the movie.
Midnight Sky is just a terrible movie, so hopefully it doesn't win. I vote Tenet just because.
Yeah.
All right, the next category. Wait, did we all pick Tenet?
Yeah.
I think. Oh,
Come on.
yeah, I do think. No, I don't think Tenet's gonna win.
Oh,
Because it's like it's like Chris Nolan's whole thing is be as minimal as physically possible with visual effects. Like the visual effects included is like the compositing the 2 buildings blowing up at the same time type thing. It's like very small amounts of visual effects.
What about the reverse stuff? Does that count as a visual effect?
I hope that doesn't count as a visual effect because that's not a visual effect. That's a physical action of putting film backwards to a camera. That's what they did. There's nothing visual.
Is that all they did? They just played it backwards? Was there no sort of like effects?
I think it depends on the
laid
shot.
over the top to make it look better? Was there anything?
I highly doubt there was like Chris Nolan is all about the most practical effects that you can do, So I feel I watched a making of documentary the other day. It's like it sounds like it was a majority of just literally playing it backwards.
Okay.
Like,
So what are you picking then?
I'm gonna vote for Ivan.
You're going to do that. You're going to vote for this movie that hasn't been nominated anywhere else.
Love and Monsters.
Oh, okay. Another movie that hasn't been nominated.
Well,
anywhere.
if it's got monsters in it, it's probably got good visual effects. So
Okay.
that's my vote.
All right.
What's next?
Writing, adapted screenplay. The nominees. I've only got 2 categories left. The nominees are Borat subsequent movie film, The Father, Nomadland, One Night in Miami, and The White Tiger. I actually don't know. I'm not quite sure.
There's not much.
Yeah, it's not.
There's not much writing in regards to Borat. Wasn't most of it thingied?
Improvised.
Yeah, that's a word.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure about that one. I think for me, I would say it's probably either The Father, maybe Nomadland.
I'm saying Nomadland.
I'm gonna vote for The Father.
Yeah, I'm going to give the edge to The Father too.
Because if it is actually an adaptation of Up, it's a pretty good adaptation. Just based on the trailer.
So, are we all going the father then?
No.
I thought you said No Man Land.
I said
You
no,
specifically said No Man Land. That's why I said the father.
I said the father
I
or
said
No
no.
Man Land.
Oh, you
said no.
sorry. I knew someone did. So you're going No Man Land.
Yeah.
And we're going the father.
There we go.
Two are going the
Yes. Okay, and the second to last category,
father. The penultimate.
writing original screenplay. Jam-packed, this one. Judas and the Black Messiah, Minari, Promising Young Woman, Sound of Metal, and the Trial of the Chicago 7.
I think it's interesting here, like especially comparing Judas and Chicago 7, because they cover some of the same events, and Chicago 7 took a lot more liberties historically.
Oh, really?
So I think like if you're comparing those two, if I was just comparing those two, there's no way I wouldn't give it to Judas because,
right.
just because of how much they literally had like one of the family members like on set every day, like talking, like correcting them on stuff.
But do you think like with historical events, do you think like it's automatically a better screenplay if liberties are not taken?
No, not automatically, but I like obviously with other things in regards to it. Actually, no, you make a good point.
Because you could argue is it that the Chicago 7 is more dramatized?
Yeah,
is that
it
what
is.
it is?
Yeah,
because I mean, and then you could argue, okay, but what about The Social Network, which is an amazing screenplay?
And won.
And
You're right.
did it win?
Sorkin won for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Now that I hear myself saying
no,
it,
but,
I'm
like, there
actually
could
like
be- there could be
Chicago
an
7.
argument. Yeah.
It's difficult. I think Chicago 7 just on its own is a better movie. It's a more enjoyable movie.
Yeah.
And it probably is on its own.
And
A better script, barely. Only because also Black Messiah had a minor structural issues for me.
Okay.
So yeah, you're right. But like out of all of these, I'm not voting for either of them. Personally, I'm going to vote for Minari.
Really?
Yeah.
What I would add with this is Sorkin helped here by the fact that he wasn't nominated for Best Director?
Oh,
Do we think he's helped in that regard?
Look, you mean he's more
Like-
likely to win it because he's only got
I don't know
nominated.
because I don't think he'd win Best Director anyway. So I don't know if like, well, at least I don't know, like
Well,
because of other factors.
Well, like I don't think he would necessarily win Director if he was nominated either, but I think like also it's because Hollywood sees Sorkin more as a writer than they do.
Yeah.
than they see
I
him
think
as a
he's
director.
got an upper hand just for being an acclaimed writer
name value.
already.
It's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah.
I think it's
I
probably
think anyone who's worth their salt, is that the saying?
yes. I think so.
Who is
For-
voting in this category and has seen all the movies bar Sound of Metal, which I haven't seen, so I guess I can't include that, would vote for Minari. I think that's a
I
beautiful
think
script.
I do love some things about Minari, especially the grammar and stuff like that. But I don't think it's going to win. I don't think Minari's going to win anything. Really.
I'll be highly disappointed.
But I think it's between Trial of the Chicago 7 or I think Promising Young Woman has a shot, personally.
Yeah.
Just
I'm
not
in the
based
same
off
boat.
very much, but I think, it seems to have a bit of, sort of mainstream appeal. Like quite a few people seem to have seen it.
Yeah.
So it could be picking up awards. I'm going to go Promising Young Woman. I'm going to take a shot in the dark on this one.
All right. I'm in the same boat between Promising Young Woman and Trial of Chicago 7. And because I'm a simp for Sorkin, I'm gonna vote for Trial of Chicago
There you
7.
go.
Also to be different to Michael as well for
Okay.
once in my life.
Is this our first like three-way split?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So you predicted Minari.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm gonna pick one.
I think we've had other three-way splits in for this year.
Right.
Yeah. So Best Picture is
Best Picture.
the last one.
8 nominees this year.
Yep.
Good times. Good times. Literally just all the movies we've been talking about already. Of course. I mean,
Yeah.
Is it ever a year where there's a Best Picture nom that doesn't have another nomination?
Like no other nominations? I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know either.
So I'll read them out, or if you've got them there.
I've got them here. You can read them out.
All right. Let's do it.
At the
Best
same
Picture
time.
nominations. No. Now let's do it.
All right. Ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Well, this is going to be bad.
The
Father, Judas and the Black Messiah, Mank, Minari, Nomadland, Promising Young Woman,
Sound
and
of Metal,
and the Trial of the Chicago 7. That was pretty good.
That wasn't actually as bad as I thought.
Yeah, it wasn't awful.
It's yeah. I mean, we're just reading off the list. It's not that hard.
This
The hardest part was starting because we didn't know when we were starting it.
So I think I can make a case for some of these, right? Like you could say, okay, The Father seems to be an actor's movie kind of deal.
But I think, but it's like, it's just about the actors.
Judas and the Black Messiah, I don't know if I could make a case for that being the best picture winner because I don't know. I haven't seen it and I don't know like what the hype is like. But Mank, okay, movie about movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and they always say, oh, the Oscars loves that shit, right? You know, they love movies about movies. Minari, who knows? Maybe that's like a sort of a Moonlight, like, yeah, we're going to pick the Indie A24 movie, but it doesn't have that same like groundswell.
Yeah, I
as
don't think
Moonlight
Minari's
did.
got a chance.
Yeah,
of
Moonlight
winning.
was like a hype machine. Nomadland seems to be a pretty big deal, right? Like people seem to really like Nomadland, and there seems to be a lot of hype around Nomadland. Promising Young Woman, a lot of hype there. Sound of Metal would be cool, but I don't know if it's probably wishful thinking. And Trial of Chicago 7 is like just that seemingly like quality film with some big names.
I think the highest contenders, Judas and the Black Messiah, Nomadland, and Trial of Chicago 7. I think those are the ones that I think are like
Have the most chance.
Yeah.
Like top tier.
They're the ones that I would say are the, like, just looking at previous year's winners at what the Academy likes to vote for. I would say that those look like the most likely ones. Out of all of those, I think it's hard to say. I think Trial of Chicago 7 is the one that is going to be most appealing to most Academy voters.
Okay.
So it's hard not to vote for that, but also Nomadland also feels like it's got a lot of hype going for it.
It does.
Okay, so the last time I checked, I remember, and this was a while ago now, I remember Nomadland being quite high up in the odds, you know? I remember that being like, yep, this is certainly one that could win.
Yeah.
However, I'm not quite sure.
Curveball.
I think, yes, there is certainly a possibility that it might win, but I also think that we need to remember that Hollywood
Loves itself. They didn't give Once Upon a Time in Hollywood a win.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not talking about Mank. I'm just saying I think it's been a weird year, and I think it's been a weird year for film in general, and I think there aren't really, like, can you say...
I just realized how relevant Chicago 7 is to the Black Lives Matter movement.
So there's that stuff. That wasn't really what I was talking about, but that's very true. There is Chicago and Judas and the Black Messiah, same sort of thing, right? Because that's sort of coming from sort of similar events.
Yeah, different story.
There's that stuff too. But I think really, because it's been a weird year, and because I don't know if movies have been offered the same kind of exposure, I think honestly Promising Young Woman is in with a shot. I'm not like, I haven't seen the movie, but it's the only one out of these that I have heard like multiple people talking about, kind of thing, other than like us, or like us going and seeing Minari,
right?
Like Promising Young Woman seems quite popular. I think it's honestly got a shot. Yeah.
I just keep getting torn on Chicago 7 because I'm like, oh, it's super relevant, it's really good, and then I'm like, oh, but it was released by Netflix, and the Academy doesn't really like Netflix that much, so. And it's hard. I don't even think of it as a Netflix movie because I saw it in a theater. I didn't watch it on Netflix.
So has there been a streaming winner yet for Best Picture? Remind me.
No, Parasite won last year before was when Roma was contending, right? And it wasn't Roma. Yeah, it was Green Book.
Was Promising Young Woman, was that cinema's release? Is that streaming?
I want to say cinema.
I thought it was on HBO Max. I don't know.
Okay.
The thing is, like, these days with the whole HBO Max and Paramount and stuff, the Oscars thing is like, if you intended to give a wide release in cinemas, that's what counts.
Yeah.
So like then they're not going to view, even if it was an HBO Max release, they're not going to view it the same way as they view Chicago 7, which was always intended to be a regular Netflix release.
And Judas and the Black Messiah is on what platform?
I think that's HBO Max as well.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Again, I've seen them all in theaters, so I don't know.
I'm in a 3-way tie right now between Promising Young Woman, Nomadland, and Judas and the Black Messiah. And I think you guys should make your picks before I make mine so that I can think about it.
I don't think it's Promising Woman.
Okay.
I think it's like a highly popular movie. It'll get a lot of votes from actors probably.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think it's the best movie. Yeah, I'm gonna say Nomadland. I think solely because of that Netflix factor.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Ben. I'm tipping Nomadland just because of
Oh, I don't know though. I keep my head keeps turning. Nah, Chicago 7. I'm gonna say it's gonna be the first Netflix winner.
Oh, big call.
Really?
Cool.
Yeah.
I guess you could say that, right? Because like that's another angle to take is right. So people have been at home.
Yeah.
And kind of maybe the movies that people have connected with this year have been things just what they're watching on Netflix, you know?
Exactly.
And it's different. It's different from like normal years where the Academy like gets all these screeners and they're like going and watching movies in LA out in the theaters for, you know, with their like special Academy screenings and whatnot, right? It's more like a lot of these people, like, you know, people in the Academy, actors, because everyone gets to vote on Best Picture, right?
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, maybe they did just connect with things that they watched at home.
Yeah.
My brain seems to be split here. I'm going to go... I feel like maybe I've used up my curveball quota by putting Promising Young Woman for screenplay. So part of me wants
you do
to
what
say,
you believe in.
You know what? Fuck you guys. I'm going to say Promising Young Woman.
Well, there you have it, folks.
Right.
Yeah.
So those are our predictions. We're all locked in. So it'll be fascinating to see.
Actually, no.
For fuck's sake.
You can't say actually no after you lock in your final answer,
Yeah,
Michael.
but there's also Judas and the Black Messiah. I don't know. There's something about that that's like drawing me. Do you think it has a chance at all?
Well, yeah, I said it's in my top 3. So I think it's got a high chance, but I don't think it's going to win over Chicago 7.
Okay, fuck it. I'm just going to keep promising Young Woman. Who cares?
All right.
Yeah.
So that's our predictions locked in. So it'll be very interesting to see.
Question: when we tally up these points, I'm guessing we didn't do it in previous years, but do you think Best Picture deserves more points than the others? At least 2 points, double points.
No.
Yeah, no.
Really?
No.
No.
Isn't it the most important prediction
1
though?
point for every one.
I understand what you're saying.
outvoted.
I do understand what you're saying. And because you're picking from more...
And it's like the most prestigious award, right? So it's like that's the one you want to get.
Everything else, you have a 1 in 5 chance.
Yeah.
Especially you got 1 in 8.
Part of me wants to say yes, but also I picked... You know, I don't know.
You're not confident. You think you're going to lose a point if we up the stakes.
I don't know. I think, yeah, we'll just keep it the same.
What was the whole
Simplicity's sake.
Ivan thing? I've forgotten already.
Ivan or Ivan?
No, but like, what was the thing? Did we make a bet or not?
Yeah, so we made a bet. So
yeah. If it's Ivan, then
you're right.
Yeah.
And if it's Ivan, then I'm right.
But like, but in addition to
the
result,
the forfeit was,
we need to have 2 patrons.
Yeah, needed 2 patrons, and
how many do you have now?
0.
Oh, okay. What's your Patreon like?
What are the rewards?
Yeah, no, like how?
What a good time to talk about it.
Okay, yeah, let's bring them up.
Let me pull out the tiers that we've got.
Didn't mean to do that.
Okay. Following, there it is, RedLaughRiot on Patreon. The tiers are... I feel like Tash must change this so often because these are not what I remember. For $1 per month, you can be Sir Chuckles for the joys of chuckling.
What?
For $10 a month.
What does that mean?
Giggle Connoisseur.
What?
You will receive a shout out in each future podcast ep for $10 a month. and $25 a month, the Cackle King, becoming a Cackle King or Queen will reward you with a one-off guest feature on the podcast. So I guess the $1 thing, I'm pretty sure the $1 thing is just like you get stuff early if we post it on Patreon or vote if we do polls. The problem is we don't do any of these posts because there's no one to post to.
And you need 2 patrons, and it's $1 a month. And if you get those 2 patrons,
and you can't be one of them, Michael.
Think I can be. I think I can be, and I think my girlfriend can be. And I think I'm gonna fucking make you do a piss take of the boss baby.
Yeah, that's only that's actually one that I wanted to do anyway, so I'm fine with that.
Okay, then I'm gonna change my pick.
Oh. Kidding. I hate that movie and I don't want to do that. But also we have to find out what the name is.
I think it's Ivan.
And I
think you're insane.
Wait, hold on. Was it his last name or first name?
It doesn't say. It just says the one and only Ivan on it.
What was this in relation to? I've completely forgotten.
A movie that was nominated for Best Visual Effects.
Hold on. Was it the name of a movie? I thought it was the name of a person.
No.
Oh, yeah.
You were talking about the fucking one of them being called Santiago Coloma Martinez and then saying that it was Ivan because their name sounds Hispanic or South American or some shit.
Yeah.
And then you're trying to say, so therefore it's Ivan, which I mean, I guess I kind of see where you're coming. Like, I see where you're coming from, but like.
Oh, God. See. The thing is, do you know what this movie is?
No.
Okay. Are we still like locked into those bets?
Yes.
Because
I just haven't you?
Because I just looked up the movie, and it's.
Let me guess. It's Russian.
No, it's a Disney movie.
Yeah.
About a gorilla, who's a CGI gorilla. And I'm now very confident that his name is Ivan.
Well, maybe you shouldn't have taken the bet on board then.
Anyway, so when we get those 200 patrons, we'll be happy to do that piss take. Look, we want to do a piss take for Boss Baby anyway, so we'll just do that. And also, there's no time limit on this, so I'm going to say anytime in the next 20 years is fine.
Going back in front of the audience, right here.
Are we going straight into what you're doing? Or?
Oh, I forgot that we had another segment to go.
Yeah.
I thought we were wrapping up. Oh, that's right. There's another segment on this podcast called
What You Doing?
Which is where we talk about what we've been doing,
what we've been
reading,
watching,
watching, and stuff like that.
doing.
Talker's confused because I didn't say the name of the segment. It's actually because we've got an audio clip that... Anyway, what have I been doing? Well... Michael and I have both been playing a lot of this incredible game called Outer Wilds.
I knew we would be talking about this.
This is a game where literally don't look it up and read anything about it at all if you can avoid it.
Yeah.
Because it's like the number one game for just like experiencing it on your own.
Yes. However, I think that I can at least try to sell it without giving away any of
you can sell it. You can say it's a space exploration
Yeah.
game. That's pretty
How
much
I'd
as
say
much
is
as
it's
I
a
would
space
say.
exploration game. It's not a combat game. It's a game where you're exploring and you're finding out stuff.
Yeah.
Is what I'd say. It's a game about discovery, and it's a game about, well, a lot of other things, but discovery is a huge one, a very important one. And I would say just like, play it, and then you can only ever play this game for the first time once, is what people say. You know,
Isn't that the story with any game?
well, yes, but I think what they mean is like,
but you can play. Yeah, you can restart Super Mario Bros. And still enjoy it as much as you did the first time.
Right.
You can't with this game. Like once you've played it, you've played it. You know.
Yeah.
Once you know everything, you're just like, oh, well, now what do? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like Minecraft where you could just continue forever, or you could start a new save and do something completely different. You know,
it's a story that you're interacting with, and you know, there's things to work out. There's things to work out, and once you've got the answers, it's difficult to you know replicate that feeling again. Yeah, you know. It's like reading a book.
It's like the most thrilling experience I've ever had playing a video game.
Really?
Like, it's just
great.
It's incredibly chilling as well. It's just like that
it evokes
thrilling,
a lot of
chilling feeling that I love.
Even just flying around, even just being
being in
In
space.
space.
Being in space is cool.
Feels good.
Feels good. And the music, the soundtrack is like incredible.
Oh my god, yeah.
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 So good. Anyway, I've also been finally started rewatching How I Met Your Mother and making notes. I'm up to season 5 at the moment. And my notes are basically as follows. Season 1's pretty good. Like it's great. It's good TV, pretty good comedy. Season 2 kind of just sinks into a lull. It's just kind of boring, cheap TV.
Yeah.
Season 3 was just a little bit disturbing because Barney is just like a complete gross douchebag in that season, like more than any other season.
Right.
And then season 4 like gets really good. Like just suddenly the writing just gets way better. Although there's just a couple plot inconsistencies, and same in season 5 has a few plot inconsistencies, but the writing doesn't make up for it. It's a bit more boring. So that's where I'm up to. But I'll give you the full lowdown when I get to the. Actually, I'm not going to get to the end. I can't be bothered. I'm just going to stop after like season
8, right? Or 7?
Nah, season 7. Because it's not even worth doing 8. I don't think.
Okay.
Definitely not if you've seen it before.
Yeah, fair enough.
And you know where it's going. And then the other thing I've been doing a lot of has been listening to John Mayer. I don't know why. One day I was just like, I'm going to hit play. The majority of what I've been listening to for the past like 3 weeks maybe is just been John Mayer. Just in that mood because I'm really pumped because he's working on a new album at the moment. So that's something I'm very excited looking forward to listening to in the coming year, along with Lord's new album, who's
I can't wait for that.
undoubtedly going to be releasing something later this year. Hot scoop. I have a friend who said that he saw her walking down the street the other day, and he said she was listening to something on headphones quite intently. He said it looked like she was working. And I posted this online, and somebody mentioned that she said after the last record that she mentioned at some point that she would just like go out in the street and listen to the mix on regular headphones to hear what it's like, to hear what other people are going to hear it like. And I'm just like, oh, is that what she's doing? Is she like listening to the final mix? And it's like quite soon to being finished.
The final mix.
So that's pretty exciting. But even if it's close to being finished, it still won't be out for months. As that's how it works. And then for movies that I'm going to go see next week, I'm going to go see Godzilla vs. Kong. It's going to be lit. So, even if it's terrible, it's going to be just a fun popcorn movie experience, as you do. Mm-hmm. And that's the main thing, really. The main things.
So I've been actually gone. So I had this weird thing where like I wasn't watching movies for a while, and then I sort of like got back into it. So what I've seen, finally saw Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Finally,
what a beautiful looking movie that is! My God. Yeah, so that was great. Saw Into the Void. That was interesting.
Cool.
Was a little bit disappointed by it. Thought it dragged a little bit.
I haven't actually watched it. But it's just an interesting seeming film, isn't it? Yeah.
The Trial of the Chicago 7. Yeah, enjoyed it. Definitely enjoyed it. Promising Young Woman. That was so good. That was such a good movie. So they're the only two Best Picture in terms of like what I want to watch. I want to definitely watch all the Best Pictures.
Of course, yeah.
And then I've also, because for a bit, I think last podcast I talked about how I was going through and listening to a bunch of albums from 2020.
Yeah.
So I finished that, and then now I'm going through and listening to ones from like this year, but most of them haven't been released. So I've been like skipping the ones that haven't been released, but I've like
obviously. Yeah.
So I listened to the Foo Fighters' new album.
How was that?
Yeah, I liked it. It was pretty cool.
I still haven't listened to any of it. No.
Madlib's new album.
Have you listened to the new Slow Tie album?
Yes.
Okay. Was it good?
Yeah, I liked it.
Cool.
So that was just so basically in terms of what I want to do, also continuing to listen to albums from this year and that.
And I always do this. I've forgotten to mention something. Even though I literally wrote it down and I missed it. But that I'm just noting that the Lord of the Rings movies have been having re-releases, thanks to the new 4K re-releases. They're coming out in theaters, and Hoyts is doing them in April. So I'm going to go to those ones at the big, fancy extreme screen with all the biggest picture and sound and stuff.
Damn.
Because that's just something that I can't, have never experienced and would love to experience, because that must be the best way to view those movies in a theater. And I messaged Hoyts to make sure that they are playing the theatrical editions, not the extended ones, which are my preferred. Theatrical are my preferred.
Really? I didn't know.
Mines. Yeah, well, the thing is, here's the thing. Oh, wait, you're joking, aren't you? Because I've talked about this a lot. I think I've also talked about it on the podcast before.
Well, most likely, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Michael.
Anyway, there we go.
Oh, okay.
So I'm very excited for that.
Cool. Well, I've been watching a bit of reality TV, bit of The Bachelor New Zealand.
Classic.
And The Bachelorette New Zealand.
Classic, Michael.
Yeah, very classic.
Admittedly,
very
I tuned in on a couple of those. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting it to be,
Yes.
but I still hated it.
Yeah,
Mostly because of the voiceover. If the voiceover wasn't there, I actually quite enjoyed it.
Yeah. I don't know. I like reality TV. I think it's fun sometimes. I don't love all of it. But I do remember one time when I was in America, me and my sister watched a lot of Jersey Shore back in the day, and it was a good time, It was cool. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed doing that.
Yeah.
Also, yes, been playing Outer Wilds. We've talked about that. Fantastic game. Been playing other games. I think I talked about Hollow Knight last time. And in terms of what I want to do, I really think I need to see some of these Oscar movies, to be honest. Nomadland and...
We need to watch Wolfwalkers.
Yeah, we need to watch Wolfwalkers.
Before my Apple TV trial runs out.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, the Oscars are in April, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so it would,
25th.
I should try and watch the Best Picture nominees or something, or at least a few of them. Judas and the Black Messiah is probably very up there on my list.
Yeah, I think you'd really like it.
Yeah, I'd be really keen to see it. Oh, why would I like it, out of curiosity?
I think it's just one of those movies you'd like. I think you'd much prefer it to Chicago 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Even though I'm the other way around, probably.
Can you explain why?
Chicago 7's very Hollywoodish,
Yeah.
and kind of, I know that you prefer movies that are more artist focused, more grounded. It's more just about the actual characters than about the movie.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I think you would prefer it.
Cool. I should watch both.
You should.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I think that's about it. Thank you very much for listening to this episode of the podcast. I've been Matt.
I've been Michael.
And I've been Ivan.
Ivan!